AirTech Mod Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Doctor Who, the power of the Doctor, and my thoughts on this episode. It was terrible, but the ending was fantastic. I'm not talking about the regeneration, I'm just talking about the fact a lot of lefties, a lot of progressives are going to be absolutely pissed off with a certain thing not happening, which I just laughed when that didn't happen. And it's gonna be the Doctor and Yaz. That's what I'm talking about. Something was supposed to happen, but maybe the BBC put a stop to it. Maybe. But yeah, it was a bad episode. It was ridiculously. There was so much put into this episode. So much. And they were desperately trying to pull on the heartstrings with returning characters, with returning. Well, I can't really say that because it's not spoilers yet, but a lot of returning things came in this episode, which is supposed to be the BBC and with Chibnall trying to say, hey, we respect the Doctor, we respect the fans, look what we did for you in this episode. Piss off. You already destroyed Doctor Who from the fucking children episode, so piss off. Unless you're going to get rid of all that shit, this doesn't matter anymore. So, yeah, it was a bad episode. It was long and annoying. And, yeah, there's nothing fun here. Usually when you watch a final Doctor Who episode, a regeneration episode, it is one of the best fucking episodes of the whole fucking season. Because of how much you desperately don't want what's going to happen. Unfortunately for Jodie Whittaker, I don't think there's a lot of fucking Doctor Who fans who were dreading her leaving. For me, I was hoping they'd hurry the fuck up and get rid of her. And yeah, they did try to long it out, and her ending speech, as a lot of doctors have, was just terrible. Jodie Whittaker should never have been the Doctor. She should never have gotten this role. She was no way good for it. And I'm not going to say it's completely her fault, because Chibnall, he can't write for shit. So, I mean, it's just, I'm glad she's gone, but the destruction of Doctor Who, it's still there. The canon breaking storylines, the ridiculous fucking, plot from the children episode, it's all still there. The damage is still there. Getting rid of Jodie Whittaker, getting rid of Chibnall doesn't fix anything. It's just, I don't know, a little victory we can say is they're finally gone. But can Doctor Who come back from this? I don't think so. Unless they're going to radically, fix Doctor Who, which they're pretty much showing they have no intention of doing. It's not going to work. And I like what happened at the end. I really do. It was unexpected. But, the 60th episode is on its way. And I just don't think that's going to get the same amount of respect or views the BBC is expecting. Because you have pissed off the majority of Doctor Who fans. And you've destroyed this IP. And again, I am sad about it, but maybe it's the end. Maybe the 60th episode will be so bad, or at least received so bad, they might just say, let's just end Doctor Who here and give Doctor Who a break for a bit. But yeah, it was a bad episode. I'm going to give it, for the ending scene, I will give it a 4. Just for the ending, because it was amazing. So it's a 4 out of 10 from me. I'm happy she's gone. The bitch is gone. That's it. But yeah. Again, it's a gut punch. These episodes are supposed to be fantastic. This one was a mess. So 4 out of 10 from me. Let's go into spoilers now. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave in 3, 2, 1. So I'm not going to do what I usually do, which is break down every part of the episode. I'm just going to lightly go through this fast. So the episode basically starts off with the Doctor saving a train full of people from the Cyber Time Lords, which, by the way, they refuse to call them Cyber Time Lords. I mean, they're a literal new race of Cybermen, and they just call them Cybermen. You mean the Cybermen that can re-fucking generate? So you're already changing some of the fucking lore that you've already put into the show. Well done, you dumbasses. And the way the Cybermen were dressed, it's fucking cringe. Okay, it's fucking cringe having them wear fucking Time Lord like robes and stuff like that. That whole thing was dumb. Anyway, Doctor saves a fucking train full of people, but unfortunately the Cybermen get away with some little girl. By the way, I don't think we ever see that girl again. So, what happened to her? We don't know. But the Doctor then has to go back to Earth because John Bishop wants to leave the TARDIS. So, they get rid of John Bishop, like, immediately. He does one thing in this episode. Well, he does two things in this episode. But the first thing is he leaves the TARDIS and that's it. No idea. It's just... I feel like they didn't know what to do with John Bishop in this episode. It was just like, let's just get rid of him because we're bringing back so many fucking characters. We need John Bishop to piss off because who gives a shit about him? So John Bishop fucks off. The Doctor then has to figure out what the Cybermen are doing. She finds a planet that's been created by the Cybermen that's massively powerful and made out of metal and is literally a massive conversion planet that the Cybermen have built. And then she goes back to Earth and meets up with Unit. Unit has also had some rewriting because apparently now Unit has weapons again. And at least soldiers again. I mean, fine. So Unit's back. They've gotten teeth again, but I don't care. So the Doctor talks to Kate, head of Unit, and she pretty much tells the Doctor about all these paintings that have suddenly gone missing, or the art's been fucked over with, and it turns out they've all been replaced by the Master, who is currently in Russia pretending to be Rasputin. Because that works, because Russia is notoriously known for being a diverse country. Not 100% white, but okay. So the Doctor tries to figure out what's going on. She then bumps into two people, which is Ace and Tengan. Tengan, I think her name was. Old companions of the previous Doctors, and again trying to pull on the heartstrings of Doctor Who fans and say, look, we brought them back, aren't you excited? Couldn't give a shit. Especially Ace. Like, she was in Doctor Who when it last had its downfall, so not exactly smart to bring her back, person. That's what I think. So she pretty much stuns them all because she gives them all a fucking electric shock, which we're all supposed to think, oh, that's just an accident. We obviously knew the Doctor was doing something. Oh, this episode's so fucking boring. That's also a problem. It was boring to watch. Where was I? Oh yeah, the Doctor stunning, electrocuting people, then pretty much trying to go find the Master, but then the Master sends a message, pretty much inviting the Doctor to him, and Unit comes, arrests him. The Master then gets taken by Yaz, who has a gun because the Doctor tells a Unit soldier to give her a pistol for no fucking reason other than, oh, the Master's a bit dangerous. I get it. Why not just have two Unit soldiers in the TARDIS with you, with the Master, instead of Yaz, who apparently now has weapons training, even though she was a cop for a week. I mean, fine, what the fuck ever. So Yaz takes the Master into the TARDIS, and then he pretty much just keeps moaning and taking the piss. He then gets put in a cell. They take him off the TARDIS, put him in a cell, where again the Master's being the Master. And again, I love the guy who's playing the Master. A lot of his jokes landed. A lot of him taking the piss out of the Doctor and all the humans, I liked. Anyway, then... I completely forgot the Dalek message. Oh, yeah, the Doctor then gets a message from a Dalek who says that he wants to destroy all Daleks because he believes that they should be human again or scarring again. And so his plan is to give some sort of fucking intelligence to the Doctor to help her destroy the Daleks. By the way, again, this episode, too much is going on. A lot of Chibnall stuff, there's too much going on. He can't handle one fucking story. Why is he bringing in so much into this episode? He can't handle it. He can't explain it. Like, again, I don't think we fucking find out anything about the little girl that was kidnapped. And, anyway, so the Doctor gets a message from the fucking Dalek. She then goes to fucking go get the information. Yaz warns her not to do that because it's obviously a fucking trap. Like we all fucking knew it was. She goes there, meets up the Dalek. Turns out it was a trap, but the Dalek wasn't in on it. But the Daleks pretty much used him as a as bait to trap the Doctor. They trap the Doctor. The Cybermen, Time Lords then attack Unit. I'll give them credit. This fight wasn't that bad. I kind of like the Unit soldiers trying to put up a fight, and having Ace and Tanga fire gold bullets at the Cybermen was a nice callback to the old days of Doctor Who, remembering that the Cybermen did have a weakness to gold, but the Cybermen, well, they've kind of fixed that problem. Anyway, so the Cybermen attack Unit HQ. Doctor's then trapped in Russia with the Master in his Rasputin uniform, where the Master pretty much says, "Hey Doctor, I've just made the Daleks and Cybermen unite against you." Fine. So they've teamed up to fight the Doctor, and the Master's big plan to kill the Doctor is to force a regeneration on her. Not to like make her into a different person, but to make her a different person, but to make her a master. Pretty much the Master. So the Master's going to take over the Doctor's body. So he forces a regeneration on her because he has all this technology from Gallifrey that he stole after he literally genocide all the fucking Time Lords. Again, great fucking job, BBC, allowing that to happen. Jesus, we literally just got them back, and he... different story, different time, let's not do that. Anyway, so Master fucking converts the Doctor into the Master. He then, as the Doctor, tries to get Yaz to be his companion, tries to get control of the TARDIS, but the TARDIS doesn't want to be under his control. And then we find out about the Doctor's secret plan with the whole electrocuting all the companions. Turns out she just put a little hologram in their sides so she could speak to them. So the Doctor, the holographic Doctor, fucking tells Yaz she's activated when an emergency has fucking happened. Tells Yaz what she needs to do. Yaz then thinks up a plan to beat the Master, and that's what happens. And all the other get a signal from the Doctor, and they try to help in the same way. And then we find out where the Doctor is, and it turns out she is in like a world between worlds kind of place, where we see a bunch of old Doctors, the other reincarnations. Am I happy to see them? Yes. Am I happy they're in this episode? Fuck no. It's depressing to have them back. It's fun to see them, but they're desperately trying to get them in this episode to give the female Doctor some sort of clout with the fans. Not sure how that's going to work because Doctor Who's already in a fucking shambles. I am happy to see them, but again, this ain't going to help. Jodie Whittaker's just always going to be remembered as the worst Doctor now. That's just going to be fact. So all the Doctors pretty much tell the female Doctor, you need to fight, you need to help the people outside, you need to take control of your body, we can't let the Master take control of our body. Oh yeah, by the way, the Master's big plan is to basically ruin the Doctor's reputation. That's his big plan. That's his massive plan for getting the Cybermen and the Daleks to work together, just to destroy the Doctor's reputation. Not to kill the Doctor, just to destroy the reputation. Not sure how that's fucking... I mean, how the fuck does that even work? Just killing the Doctor would probably work, because then if she's dead, you can pretty much do what the fuck you like. So, just dumb. Oh, God. So Tanga meets with her Doctor, Ace meets with her Doctor. They both give them some sort of advice and pretty much say, we didn't leave you, we love you, blah, 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 blah. Give them some help with finding out ways to beat the Cybermen. And Kate, the head of unit, makes a deal with the Cybermen to try to get them not to kill her men. But they pretty much just take her and try to convert her into a Cyberman. And the Daleks also are just drilling into the planet, trying to get to the core, because they do that a lot. Oh, God. Again, too much in this episode. Way too much. Chibnall can't write this shit. He really can't. And the Doctor manages to beat the Master by bringing in the Black Doctor. You know, the female woman who claims to be the first Doctor. Yeah, she comes in. The Cybermen then shoot at her. Turns out she's a hologram. They all get killed because those idiots can't scan for a fucking hologram. And the Master then gets shot by that random guy from last season. I forgot his name. I couldn't give a shit. Too many characters in this episode. He pretty much shoots the Master. They force him into the conversion chamber where they power it up by getting the Cyberman's regeneration and sucking it into the machine. It works. Doctor comes back. Master's defeated, and the Doctor just goes around trying to stop all the other parts of this episode. She stops the Cybermen, she stops the Daleks, and she eventually gets to the planet, and pretty much stops the planet from converting anybody else or anything. Oh, and Kate blows up Unit HQ to stop the Cybermen. I think that's it. And Brian came back as well. From the first season, Brian. He came back for some reason. Not really sure why you'd have to bring him back again. Too much characters. And, Doctor wins, beats the Master. But the Master manages to kill the Doctor before he apparently dies. The planet gets destroyed. That's the massive cyber planet gets destroyed. Doctor wakes up. Yaz tells her that she's taken everybody home. And then we get this scene between Yaz and the Doctor where the Doctor sees that she's about to regenerate. And we then come to the funniest scene of the episode, which is Yaz and the Doctor having their final moment. And nothing fucking happens. Now, I thought we were going to get a kiss, like a lot of lefties kind of thought was going to happen with the Doctor. The first gay kiss on Doctor Who. And they didn't do it. She just takes Yaz back home and says bye, and that's it. Oh my God, there's going to be so many fucking people pissed about this episode. I love it. Yes, we didn't get the kiss. I just thought, why not just do it and get over it? Just get it over with. Like, you've been literally going down this road for so fucking long. Just do the kiss. Who gives a shit anymore? But they didn't do it. Yaz leaves and meets up with Graham and meets up with John Bishop, and they go to some sort of fucking I don't know what it's called, a meeting or something with all the other companions. They all talk about their experiences and blah 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 blah. And then we get the final scene, which is Jodie Whittaker having the most boring long take to regenerate. Says some crappy speech and then regenerates. And then we get the most epic part of this episode. She regenerates into David Tennant. Not the new guy. David Tennant for the 60th episode. I mean, come on, BBC. You're this desperate to get people to re-watch the episode, knowing the new Doctor is not going to get anyone, or at least not that many people watching. I mean, that just made me laugh. And I thought he was going to say new teeth, but he said, I remember these teeth. And then he realises he's turned back to David Tennant. And that's the end of the episode. Thank fuck Jodie Whittaker's gone. Thank fuck Chibnall's gone. Will this save Doctor Who having David Tennant back? No. But I'm a little bit more interested in the 60th episode now that I know that he's the Doctor again. And that's the end of my review. If you like this review, give it a like. If you dislike this review, give it a dislike. And if you like my content, do think about subscribing. Entertainment World Soldier. Bye.